Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Warriors Draymond Green responds to accusations he took out Jimmy Butler. Golden State Warriors forward Draymond Green steered clear of the conversation on how Houston Rockets guard Ian Thompson collided with Jimmy Butler, which caused his awkward landing on his back. I was trying to box out Thompson and somehow he ended up under Jimmy's legs, Green told reporters after the Warriors' Game 2 loss. I don't know, I didn't see it. Rick Campbell, former NBA TV host, initially accused Green of taking out Butler, but video replays showed Green was indeed trying to box out Thompson and did not push him toward Butler, which he was wrongly accused of. Camella later corrected himself after watching the video replay. Good point, I stand corrected. Amen. Played some football with Butler, Camella wrote on X in a reply to a fan who posted the video replay of the accident that led to Butler's injury, but the damage to the Warriors has been done, as they never recovered from Butler's early exit. The Warriors were down 8 when Butler left at the 151 mark of the first quarter. Without Butler, the Rockets, led by Jalen Green, who exploded for 38 points, feasted on the Warriors' suddenly vulnerable perimeter defense. Golden State fell behind by as many as 20 points in the second quarter and in the fourth quarter, though the Warriors made a late push, cutting the Rockets' lead to 11. Green's step-back three-pointer sparked an 8-0 run to seal the win. It was significant, Green said of Butler's loss to injury. Anytime you lose one of your best players, one of your top dogs, it's tough to overcome. But I thought we did a good job fighting, giving ourselves a chance. We just couldn't get over the hump. Though Butler's X-ray result came back negative, they are still waiting for the MRI result to be certain. There is no structural damage, and it was just a contusion. Stephen Curry missed 2 games for pelvic contusion. The Warriors hope Butler can return soon, but if not, they have to adjust without their top two-way player. We'll have to figure that out, Green said. In case Butler misses time, it's no easy task to replace Jimmy. Obviously, we all know what he's meant to this team since he's been here, and we've kind of tailored our offense a bit around him, so that we'll have to change a bit, but we'll see. He's tough. We've got a couple of days off, so we'll take it day by day and see where we get. But compared to Curry, Butler appears to be stronger and conditioned to withstand such injury. Jimmy always says he's going to be fine, but we have to wait to see the MRI result. Golden State coach Steve Kerr told reporters after the Game 2 loss, he's given me 0 reasons not to believe anything he says, so I do believe him. Green said of Butler, the Warriors hope the 2-day rest in between Games 2 and 3 will be enough for Butler to recover. Jimmy Butler, reportedly diagnosed with deep glute muscle contusion, in question to play in Game 3, with Jimmy Butler back in the locker room for most of Game 2. The Golden State offense fell apart. The Warriors struggled in the face of an athletic and aggressive Houston defense. The Warriors may need to find a way to free up Curry and win a game without Butler if they are going to win this series. Butler suffered a deep glute muscle contusion, and his status for Game 3 against the Houston Rockets is in serious jeopardy, according to a report from Shams Charania of ESPN, largely confirmed by Chris Haynes. The important news is that there is no structural damage. Butler is officially listed as day-to-day, and considering his history and the fact that it's the playoffs his playing, would not be a shock if he does play. He could be limited. Butler was injured in the first quarter of Game 2 when Ian Thompson missed a shot. Jimmy Butler went up for the rebound. Thompson tried to push through to get the offensive rebound, got tangled up with Steven Adams, fell forward and took out Butler's legs. Warriors coach Steve Kerr said after the game, "It was not a malicious act, just unlucky. If Butler is out, it hurts the Warriors on both ends of the floor. He was a key part of a Golden State defense that was the best in the league after the All-Star break, and he is also the best secondary shot creator on the team, taking some of the offensive load and defensive attention off Curry. With him out, Kerr went deep into his bench in Game 2, trying to find a spark somewhere. None came. The Warriors can win at home without Butler, but against a young and hungry Rockets team, it would take not only a Monster night from Curry, but someone else to step up as well. Jimmy Butler, 3 of the Golden State Warriors, heads to the locker room in the first half after an injury against the Houston Rockets. The Golden State Warriors received good news and bad news after Jimmy Butler's MRI result came back. The good news is Butler avoided any fracture or structural damage, ESPN Shams Charania reported on Thursday night. However, the bad news is that Butler's availability for Game 3 is in serious jeopardy after he has been diagnosed with a deep glute muscle contusion. According to Dr. Brian Sutterer, Butler's glute muscle will be sore for a while. Contusion equals bruise, muscle bruise equals tear. There is bleeding in his muscle from the damaged muscle fibers. Definitely better than a fracture, but will linger and be sore for a while, especially if he lands on it again, Dr. Sutter wrote on X in reaction to Butler's MRI result. Butler sustained the injury late in the first quarter of Game 2 when he awkwardly landed on his back in a scary fall as Houston Rockets guard Ian Thompson inadvertently undercut him. Golden State coach Steve Kerr believes Thompson did not intentionally hurt Butler. I haven't seen the replay, Kerr told reporters when asked what he thought of Thompson colliding with Butler. I asked our guys behind the bench, and they just said it looked like there was some physicality on the rebound, and I think Thompson just inadvertently found himself underneath Jimmy just based on the tug-of-war that was going on there, so we didn't think there was anything wrong with the play. Cousins says Warriors Rockets refs are letting too much go. Former NBA player DeMarcus Cousins believes the referees are letting too many calls go in the Warriors playoff series against the Houston Rockets. The first-round Western Conference matchup has been bruising so far, but Cousins is not a fan of how the refs are calling things on the court. It is getting a point where I think the refs are letting too much go, Cousins told Michelle Beadle and Chandler Parsons on FanDuel TV's Run It Back. As a fan and as a physical player myself, I enjoy this type of basketball. I think this is the foundation of basketball. It has always been a part of the game. I think in the past 10 to 15 years we've kind of shied away from the physicality in basketball. That being said, there were some plays within the game that I thought the refs let go a little too much. There was one specific play where Gary Payton tried to drive down the lane and went up for a dunk and completely got clipped. I think Steve Kerr called a timeout immediately after that. It was plays like that stood out to me. You have to make those calls. Certain things you just can't let go. Houston's physical and swarming defense has been causing issues for Steph Curry and the rest of Golden State's offense in 2 games of the best-of-7 series. For the most part, the refs have not been calling many fouls despite the Rockets contesting every shot around the rim, with Jimmy Butler sidelined with a pelvic contusion. Golden State struggled to get in an offensive rhythm in Game 2 as Houston brutalized them. The NBA officiating crew appears content to let the 2 teams trade blows, harkening back to previous generations of professional basketball when teams could hand-check with impunity. Even a more favorably officiated game would do little for the Warriors if they cannot devise a successful offensive strategy against the Rockets. With Butler's status uncertain for Game 3, the Warriors must get more offensive production out of their bench players. If not, no amount of favorable officiating will stop Houston from pulling out another win. And you, Finn, what do you think about DeMarcus Cousins' situation? Write to us in the comments.